Patrick, can we just get started with the 3 signings today and how you saw that come to play?
Yeah, obviously we've been talking to Connor and Demko here over the last couple of weeks, and since they left here, they actually expressed high interest of coming back. Brock has been the same thing. We had an open conversation, and I respect him. He earned his way to get to UFA, but he was always open to see the fit and the role. And after talking to Adam Foote here a couple of weeks ago, the expectations and what he thought that he could contribute more to, and how we wanted to play, and he was excited with those other guys coming back, and we re-engaged and got the deal done. So I'm very happy.
What do these 3 guys do to the culture and kind of continuing to what you guys are trying to build here?
Yeah, I think those guys, part of Adam Foote's here leadership group, that they're meeting, communicating in the off season, and believe raising the standard, and the message from Adam and the coaching staff, how we want to play, and what's needed from them, and they believe just with the franchise and the vision, and how they get treated here as well. So very happy to have those guys back.
With Brock, it looked like, I know the door's always been open, but it looked yesterday like maybe it had come and gone. Like, did something change significantly in the last 24 hours?
Well, I think that's where, the realization of you becoming a UFA, and you start thinking about, should I leave? I also think he had a vacation trip overseas that he got back here the other day, and we'll get in talking again. But the conversation between me and Ben Hankinson has always been good. Ben is very professional, very transparent, and I know probably a couple of players reached out and talked to Brock over the time here, and he was aware that we were getting closer on Demko and Garland as well.
So after a season where a lot of things went wrong, there was a lot of disappointment, what does it mean to you that these guys are so eager to come back and stay with the program?
Well, I think from an outside perspective, obviously a lot of things went wrong. I think when you talk to the players for different circumstances and reasons with injuries and all that, and they looking back, and there were pockets when we were healthy and we played really good hockey, ended up with 90 points, and I think they understand that this is something we continue to work on. I do believe that they see the process of the younger players in Abbotsford, what's coming in the pipeline, and I mean, Vancouver is a fantastic market to play in, and I think Adam and the new coaching staff here have done a really good job interacting with the players here up to this point. So the belief is there, and I'm excited.
Did this turn out to be a better day than maybe what you thought it was going to be a couple of days ago, or?
You never know. You never know. I mean, free agency. I mean, there's not a whole lot of players available. Commitment to term and dollar is always the fine balance, and you're going to be also careful. Listen to your staff, what you have in house here. I do believe that a lot of players winning the championship in Abbotsford deserves an opportunity here too. So those were the discussions leading up to today.
With the acquisition of Evander and Brock and Connor back in the fold, Patrick, how much do you think you can improve on scoring? You guys were 23rd in the league this past year. You think there's more from within, and the addition of Evander, that you guys could be?
I do. So what we have gone through here, meeting with the coaches, we do believe there is ways for us to play better. Part of it is I don't think we had our decor intact starting last year, and I think with the addition of Marcus Pettersson here and some of the younger players, I believe we are able to probably move the puck a little bit quicker and spend less time in our own end. And I know the coaching staff are working on different ways, and definitely adding a Evander to the mix here gives us hopefully more options and become a better team and being better in the power play as well.
Why was it important to get a deal done with Thatcher now as opposed to seeing how his summer went into the season to prove that he was fully healthy?
Well, I think, to be all honest, I think this is something that I met with Thatcher's agent, I believe, when we were in New York there in March, start talking about the future, and he was, Thatcher expressed how much it meant for him to be a Vancouver Canuck, and for us it was obviously more about finding the right path to get a deal done, and this one really made sense for both of us.
At this stage of his career, and knowing that you've got Kevin as well, how mindful does the organization have to be about a workload and overworking Thatcher?
Well, with the schedule coming out here, you guys will see with the Olympics and how tight it is. It's going to be definitely be a challenge moving forward. 84 games. I think we have, in my opinion, the best goalie tandem in the league here. So I think this is definitely a strength of our team.
You might have the best goaltending trio if you include Arturs. So how do you see that playing out? Because he would need waivers next year to go down, and I certainly think he, sounds like he thinks he's ready to move up from the AHL level. How do you manage three?
Yeah, no, I think that's something we're going to obviously go through here and be ready for training camp. That being said, we have a young goalie in Ty Young that played extremely well down there as well. So we have good depth in goalie in net here, and with the addition of Medvedev here in the draft too, we're really position us strong in net and position us strong defensively as well with the younger players coming.
Would you need to move one of the goalies potentially?
Well, we'll see here. Again, I'm always looking for ways to improve our team, and if it makes sense and something comes available, then definitely we'll look into it.
There were reports during the season that you had offered Besser a 5-year deal. Now he comes in at 7 years. What changed in there? Was there a bit of a compromise in bringing the cap hit down to add more term?
Yeah, I think obviously a commitment like this, and from our end too, a little bit unknown in the season where our cap projection is going to be. We talked about several different options for Brock, and again, Brock expressed his interest of staying in Vancouver long term, which was very important for him, and then you're gonna figure out what makes sense for our team to be competitive moving forward as well.
What about Brock? What about the center position? I mean, Brock and Petey haven't necessarily had a lot of 5-on-5 chemistry the last couple of years. You and Jim have made it clear since the end of the season you need to add another center. You're up against the cap now. Is adding a center still a possibility or priority, and how do you do that?
Yeah, and part of the decisions here are communicating with Adam, and Adam felt, very confident starting the season with Petey and Sheil as the number 1 and 2. We have a couple of younger centers, Radis, Hassan, I forgot his name here, Mueller, that are playing really well in Abbotsford and deserves a chance too. But absolutely, this is something we will continue to look at and see what's available. Obviously, there wasn't, I don't know if it was it one center available at the free agent market here today, and no trades. So obviously teams are holding on to centers. We'll see where it goes. But again, Adam felt really confident in Petey and Sheil being the number 1 and 2 here.
It looks like the door then is closed on Pia Suter. You never say never, I get that, but how far down the road did you get with him?
You know what? Again, Pius had a great season, and again, I respect all players that have earned their way into free agency, and if they want to take a look what's out there and see if they're getting more money and a fit somewhere else, good for them. Pius knows what we think about him and how he would fit in here, and we'll see here. exchanged conversation with his agent. I don't know where it stands as of now, but we'll see.
Patrick, you're heading into the season with about $5 million in dead cap with the buyout. How did that impact this free agency, and how will it impact the season of what you're able to do?
Well, that's something we were aware of when we do our projections, and when that happened, that's something you start planning on, and what you have to spend and how you build your roster, and also in the projections, looking at the younger players, where they are, and how you can set them up to succeed if they need times in Abbotsford or not. But I don't know if it impacted more than obviously being a cap hit here. It wasn't that a lot of players available in the end of the day, and some of the players that we talked to expressed their interest of playing in the States and not in Canada too.
When you bring back three key guys in Besser, Demko, and Garland, how much of the discussion is it's time for this group who has been together, grown together, but really hasn't done a lot of winning together? Like, do you get a sense that, I don't know if frustration is the right word, but a commitment for this group to sort of move it to the next level?
Well, I think they realize that. They are excited. I think my job is to surround them with players that together will grow as a team. And when you have players like that, Demko, Quinn Hughes, Petey, Besser, I mean, those are top players in the league. It's our job to make sure we have the right surroundings here. And I do believe that we added that some pieces, and we still have some work to do. But I'm very proud of what our scouting staff have built up in terms of the pipeline, that there is younger players coming here. If they will be ready or not, I think that's training camp will dictate that.
When we look at the Demko contract, he now has one of the highest cap hits among goaltenders in the NHL, same as Connor Hellebuck, who's a three-time Vezina winner. Given his injury history, how much of a concern is that, him staying healthy over the course of that contract, given the money that you're committing to him?
Yeah, I think that was part of where we were settling on a 3-year deal, and I think that was part of for Thatcher as well. In the end of it, Thatcher's going to be 33 years old, and if you see at the combined of what Lankinen and Thatcher are making, I think a lot of teams are up towards that same amount, and again, having those two quality goalies locked in here definitely makes our team competitive there.
You talked about standards and raising them in terms of the group. It took a step under Rick. I don't know if it was a step back last year overall. Like, what about bringing back the same group makes you confident that they're going to commit to what it takes at the next level? Is there another step in your mind that needs to happen?
I think that's where we felt that it was enough tweaks here with the group, not having a healthy Thatcher to start last year, not having Marcus Pettersson in here, O'Connor, with the addition of Evander Kane. I think the guys or the players were excited, and they saw the, they were able to see some of the younger players in Abbotsford coming up here. I think we all of us, including myself, can grow and get better. And I think that's something that, the coaches here now are trying to find ways in areas of our games to grow and get better. And I think the players were excited. As I said, Adam and the coaching staff have done a really good job here interacting with the players in the summer, and bringing the leadership group together, meeting, raising their standard, their awareness that it's going to be the players that are going to drive it. It's not just going to be Adam and the coaches. They're there to support them, but internally, I think that's how you build a stronger foundation. And when it comes to push within the group, that's where you're becoming a better team.
Are they all healthy right now? Whether it's Petey, Thatcher, Edel, like if the training camp started today, are they all ready to go?
Everybody was healthy leaving here. They were medically cleared, and yes, everybody is healthy as far as I know.
Yes, this first day of free agency, you're leaving it with just re-signing players. As you go into the summer, will you be looking for maybe those bargain bin contracts, trying to fill out some holes around the edge? I'm thinking as well, you're letting Cole McWard go, so maybe there's a need for more defense in Abbotsford. What is the approach in the coming months?
Yeah, I think we as I said, I always looking with my group to find ways to improve our team if it makes sense. One area that we felt strongly in Abbotsford was having Willander and Minio coming in our depth too, and some of those guys. I mean, we like Cole, he's been a good hero, but we felt where we had players slotted in the organization, it would probably be tough for him to move up. And, you know, areas that we still have a couple depth guys to sign on two-way deals that we believe that will spark Abbotsford, and we're going to be young down in Abbotsford again, so we need a little bit more of the leadership down there.
Patrick, our first chance to talk to you. What's the story on Safanov?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a guy that we looked at, and I think that the initial conversation was that he was gonna become free from the reserve list, and when Chicago wasn't able to release him, then we had invited him to training camp here, rookie camp. Take a look at him. Still a young player that played in KHL for a couple of years and got the experience, and it was worth for us looking at it. Or guys felt that maybe there's something more there.
He's got 1 year left though on.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we're seeing if it would materialize or not to any kind of contract this year, or otherwise we just continue to follow him there.
So it'd be a situation where you'd potentially be asking him to get out of his contract in the KHL if you wanted to bring him
Yeah,
over?
I think that's something more in discussions with his agent and himself, and see where he is, and also where we would, what kind of opportunity we would have here.